Reflector type. If you're a reflector and you're seeing this video now, hopefully you've taken a look at some of the other pieces I've done on reflector and have begun to understand a little bit, at least, of what that means. If you're continuing to watch now, I'm going to try to take you into a deeper look at what it means to be a reflector, which is actually kind of a paradox because it's so cute to try to understand what a reflector is, because it's very not understandable in a sense. The reflector is very, very special. It's the only species here that is a moon child. You know, if you're a reflector and you're watching this video now, I'm about to say some things that may shock you a bit, especially if you haven't really been exposed to human design, but none of it is you. None of it. Not the emotions, not the thoughts, not the energy, not the pressure. None of it is you. There's absolutely nothing that's you. And you're a non-energy being, and you're not here to be ramped up and running around like the rest of this planet. You are here to sit back, relax, and watch the whole movie. Now, you have a very special relationship with the moon. I like to call it a dance. You could also think of it like a martial arts form. Every 28 days, you go through each of the 64 gates of the hexagrams of the I Ching, which relate to your human design chart. I don't want to get too technical, actually. But in that dance, there are things that turn on and off consistently every month. You know, for one day you're this design, and for a few, or it's about 8 hours, you know, you're this design, and then you're this design, and then you go through this period where you're nothing for a while, and then you're this design, and then you're that design. And you start to recognize those things. And in recognizing that moon dance, and we have an incredible teacher here that helps chart these things. And, you know, I really enjoy working with reflectors, because when a reflector is really in their aura, and I sit with them, never have I experienced that sense of calmness. You know, to be honest with you, I've even sat with reflectors that weren't calm, but I could feel my own calmness coming back. You know, we're non-energy beings. We are not the generators, you know. And yes, we can get excited and we can have fun like everyone else, but the reflector is really here to be in awe of the entire program, to have a deep, deep relationship with the moon and the cycles of the moon. You know, being a surfer and someone that's spent my life around the ocean, you know, understanding tides and moon cycles, you know, I can only imagine the wonder it must be to be a reflector and to wake up and to discover yourself in this life. I mean, it would be, to me, it seems just so exciting, you know, and it's a real privilege to have you guys here, because you're the ones that can see the blip on the radar screen. You can see what's interesting where no one else would see it, you know. You're here to see what's different and what's interesting, you know. That's really it. But you can't do that if you believe anything that's going on in your head. You can't do that if you are reacting from your emotions. You can't do that if you're running around under energetic pressure. That's not you. You're here to have a very beautiful relationship with the moon. An exquisite dance that, you know, earlier I even called it Luna Delight. To delight in the fact that you're a moon creature, not an earth creature. And sit back and enjoy this movie, you know. You're here to be in awe of the entire program. And if not, if you don't get this in this life, and you don't get a deep understanding of your exact program, of how you interact with the moon directly, and again, this is something that needs to be charted, and we put together nice little binders for reflectors to try to make it easy in the beginning to understand, because it's a bit like learning to play a song, learning a new dance or a martial art form. It does take practice, and it takes a lot of vigilance. And I recommend, if you possibly can, to try to get away from all human life form for as long as you possibly can. You know, a month would be the minimum. You know, I'm a projector and non-energy type, and I retreated from the world for almost 3 years. And, you know, if you could even get 3 months, you know, and just to understand how your body changes and these different things that are turning on and off in you each moon cycle, each 28 days, that could be such an amazing awakening for you. You're really here to be in awe But a reflector that does not understand this, that does not get to its place in the program, is going to die with a deep sense of disappointment because you're reflecting the planet. And if you look out there at the planet, it's a deeply disappointing place in this moment in time. You know, we have war, we have recessions, we have all sorts of things going on that are not all that pretty to look at. And yet there you are, this being that's been taking and sampling little bits of that, all of that, and taking it on as yourself and believing it was you. You know, if you're a reflector, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you to understand that you don't need to deal with this human plane in the same way the rest of us do. That your relationship lies with the moon. And I have this image of the reflector standing on the mountaintop under this beautifully lit moon, you know, just serenading with it. Because that's really what you're here to do. You're here to bring a reflection of the moon through yourself to this planet and bring it out into us. And the rest of the time you're sampling other people's auras and you're taking in whatever else is out there. And if you don't get to the sense of awe that this is, wow, I'm not even from this planet, you're going to die with a deep, deep sense of disappointment, because that's what happens to most reflectors, you know. So if you're a reflector and it feels that I'm the right person for you, or you'd like some help in understanding, you know, deeper about your design, you know, it would be wonderful to hear from you. I like non-energy beings, you know. We don't have to expend so much energy, you know. We can just sit back and enjoy the fact that we're really calm creatures. We're not here to be all excited all the time. Aloha and blessings to you, reflector.